that spot. See where that arrow is? The train on the right in the right track was further up, about in that location. It had a meet with another train coming from the opposite direction. And guess what? They ran into each other. Ripped off a snowplow, a railing, but it was fixable. I knew I may or may not have an issue there someday, but I had only run my SD40s here because I didn't have any bigger engines when I did this, and it was okay. But those Dash 9s sitting there on that train and SD70s in the train that met, no, they didn't like it. They decided to run into each other. So had to fix it. It set off a chain of events that we're going to get to. But first,
introduce you to some new hardware new to the Georgia Sunbelt Railroad. First up, we got a Progress Rail SD70M, I think that's right, ex-BNSF. Picked up at a Black Friday sale. A couple of Honeymead hoppers also picked up on Black Friday. Next up is 4 Southern center beams. All different road numbers. And bringing up the rear here, 3 Exact Rail Georgia Pacific wood chip hoppers. Really like these wood chip hoppers. They have some Southern Pacific ones that I thought about trying to get that said return to Georgia Railroad when empty, but I decided against it. It was getting a little expensive. So there you have it. New equipment. Oh, I do have the sister unit sitting over there on my program track. So what have I been up to? Let's see. Andy Mano, you're going to be proud of me, man. I did some ballast. I ballast from here where the road crosses on this track all the way down to this switch on both lines. But most of my ballasting was done on the back branch line going back here. Did all of that, all the track except the switches, because I need to install switch machines and I'm going to be probably removing those and replacing them. So I got all the backtrack ballasted, if I could talk. Some other little things I've done, like right here, put the crossing in right there, painted my parking lot back there for my plastic pellet business. Let's see, oh yeah, I painted my road. I start to lose track sometimes on what I put on my Facebook page and what I put on my updates, but I got that road painted. Still have to do the crossing back there. I put in another crossing right here. Still not happy with my gravel road right there, so I'm going to have to work on that a little bit. And I can't remember if this fence was in my update or not, or if it was just on my Facebook page, my Georgia Sunbelt Facebook page. That fence that I made out of coffee stirrers and skewers, and that fence I put in, it's a Walther's fence I painted and put in back there. There's other little stuff I've done, like putting gravel along the edges of some of the road, putting in a bush or two here or there. Town still is being assembled. Nothing going on over there. But yes, there is. I take that back. I'll show you that in just a second. Hold on. back to where this update started out. As you can see, the main line has been rerouted. This used to come around and go straight down. I rerouted it, brought it along this little stream, riverbank, then curved it back around, comes back in up here. Amazing what one little wreck will make you do. I also removed the engine house from here, and I put it up there, and I'll go to the other end so you get a better view in a second. And on this end I put in this aggregate loading silos. Wanted another industry, and plus I didn't like where the engine house was sitting along the edge, and most of the engines were along the edge of the layout. Wasn't that thrilled about that. So it's been moved. So hold on, and I'll give you a view from the other end. As you can see, this used to be the lead that went into the engine house, and now it's the lead that goes into the aggregate facility, stone loading facility, whatever you want to call it. There used to be 3 tracks there. Now there's only 2. You can see where this main now that used to come right down next to this track, it is now coming around along that river stream bank and curves back around and comes back into here, right there. There used to be a switch here that I took out that went around, had a track that goes here, and it connected to that track right there along here. And as you can see, that's no longer there. Too spaghetti-like for me. I took it out, and I wasn't really using it that much anyway. And I rerouted the line that goes down to my neglected cement aggregate business that I've got to work on some more. And it now comes into this line here, which is the main line. And I put 2 switches in here, and that line now goes around and connects back over to the other side. That's the line that you saw the openings, not opening scene, but the train that brought in the new products that's on the Georgia Sunbelt. You can see where I took out the track that used to be there. So that was a major change that I've done to the Georgia Sunbelt in the past month. It made things simpler for me. I like it better as I was running trains around. I wasn't running into, not have to worry about that tight spot I had over there anymore. So that's what caused me to make all these changes. One little wreck. Wow. So that is pretty much it for the Georgia Sunbelt this month of January. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and all that good stuff. And I am making some changes, more changes, way down there. More to come, February.